78.
Played in with a nice.
MC, make another hit.
This ain't what you want.
Project
This ain't what you want. This ain't.
played in with a nice touch off the glass.
If you head over to the Lakers arena, you'll see the banner, the championship banner, one of many hanging up in the rafters, Alexis. Right up there, right up there. Beautiful. You mentioned you have friends on Washington. What advice have they given you about entering into the 2K League?
Just not to be too high or too low. You got to stay level-headed and just enjoy the ride.
First, they're sour. And then they're sweet. Sour Patch Kids. Sour, sweet, gone.
A new generation of professional NBA 2K players were drafted last week into the NBA 2K League. We caught up with a few of them after the call. Here's our conversation with the #1 overall draft pick, Benzo. The #1 draft pick in the NBA 2K League 2024 draft is here, and his name is Benzo. Benzo, welcome to 2K TV.
What's going on, guys, man? I'm happy to be here.
All right, so you're headed to Wizards District Gaming. What was the feeling like when you heard your name called as the #1 draft pick?
You know, joy and relief, you know. I've been knowing. I got some friends on the Wiz, so, you know, I kind of knew this was coming, but, you know, just to hear your name called, I feel like, you know, for an NBA player, you know, like Wemby, right? He was going first. He knew it, but, you know, I'm sure he was so happy when he went first overall. So, you know, just to hear my name called, it's kind of like a, you know, just a blessing.
Now, I've heard a lot of things said about you, even generational player. What does that pressure feel like, having so many people look up to your stick skills coming into the league?
You know, a lot of people say that, and I don't think pressure would be the right word. At the end of the day, it's a video game, and, you know, I'm just happy to do, you know, what I enjoy doing for a living, you know, so, you know, I'm happy to be here.
Talk a little bit about your 2K game. What do you excel at? What do you like to do out there on the court? Introduce yourself to the rest of the 2K family out here.
I come from a basketball background. You know, I played point guard my whole life. High school, middle school, you know, AAU, all that stuff. Kind of the same way I am on the game. I like to get everybody involved, you know, be a leader. And, you know, just do basically whatever I can to win.
You mentioned you have friends on Washington. What advice have they given you about entering into the 2K League?
Just not to be too high or too low. You can go on a losing streak, you can go on a winning streak. You still got to come in to work every day and produce, you know. You got to stay level-headed and, you know, just enjoy the ride.
Talk a little bit about your history in 2K. When did you start playing, and when did you start playing competitively?
I started playing 2K around like COVID time. Everybody was inside, so, you know, I had a lot of free times on my hands. I had an Xbox with me, so, you know, and I always loved basketball, so I just started playing there. I started playing competitively, I'm going to say, like 3 years ago. The rest is history.
What helped build your confidence up? Was it playing in tournaments? Was it playing with other pro players? Like, what got you to this level to become the #1 overall pick and have that level of confidence? I could use some confidence, so I need some of the advice, Benzo.
When you're playing against the best people in the world, you know, when you're staying in close games with them and you're beating them occasionally and stuff, it's like, you know, I mean, you know, I'm pretty good at this, so I feel like that's pretty much where that comes from.
What was your family's reaction to hearing that you're the #1 overall draft pick and having Waj tweeted out? Like, what was your reaction to all that, and what was their reaction?
I couldn't really expect something like that, man. I seen the tweet from Woj. I actually got him followed because, you know, I follow the NBA. So, you know, seeing him tweet about me and not somebody else is kind of crazy.
Are there any players across the league that you're looking forward to competing against?
Just the people I, you know, grew up playing the game with, you know, Cooks, Iverson, you know, you got Killy, guys like that. Been cool with them for a long time, and I'm, you know, excited to see them.
What are some of your goals for your rookie season in the upcoming NBA 2K League this season?
Just to be one of the best players in my position, make the playoffs for sure, you know, make a run for a couple tournaments.
Benzo, our #1 draft pick in the 2K League. Best of luck this season.
Appreciate it, man.
They say defense wins championships in NBA 2K, so here are some tips for defensive plays in 2K24. To guard the player closest to the ball, press the swap player button. If you want to guard a specific player, press the icon swap bumper and choose the player's icon closest to the player you want to defend. Holding the left trigger increases your defensive intensity and allows you to initiate contact with your opponent. For on-ball defenders, this is the best way to cut off dribblers and force them to stumble or lose the ball. Holding left and right triggers together will allow you to slide faster aggressively as well. If the dribbler is standing still, holding left trigger and moving into them will allow you to crowd the ball handler and make it tougher to attack off the dribbler.